Hi, Taurus Venus. This is your love and relationship reading for December 2024. My name's Podkane. If this is your first time watching me and you've never done one of these love and relationship videos before, you need to know your Venus sign. So go to a chart, astrocharts.com or something like that, a website like that, to get your full natal chart. You're looking for your Venus placement. You don't need to know your exact time of birth. You could just put 12 p.m., just pretty standard. You're just looking for your Venus sign. So, as you see here, I've already started your reading in another recording, but I foolishly thought that I could also encode while downloading a video, and that didn't work. It was all kinds of messed up, but I absolutely refuse to restart this reading for you because, like, this was your reading, so we're just going to go over what I've already gotten for you so far and then just get on with it. So for your oracle cards here, I got hard to get and expectations. You're missing opportunities by playing too hard to get. Give someone a chance. And expectations. When you expect too much, no one measures up. Ditch your list. Want what's real. So for you here, I got a Chariot in reverse is feeling like you're out of control of a situation or feeling disempowered, lots of chaos around you, not being in control of the situation with your person. And for your person, I got Judgment reverse with clarifiers, the Witch, and the Teapot, being that they're not really following their intuition right now. And what was the Teapot? Card number 25, or token number 25. Friendship, confiding with a loved one. Okay, yeah, they can't confide in you with it because they kind of feel like you're their opposition right now, and their intuition is trying to tell them just to meet in the middle and have a conversation about this issue. So there is a burden here with your financial or living situation, kind of got further on that it's definitely about maybe a move or a living situation, buying a house, moving in together, making changes to your home environment or something like that. So what are you afraid of? We got the Nine of Pentacles. You want more independence. You want to be surrounded in luxury. You want to have your cake and eat it too. You're afraid of not being able to get what you want out of the situation. And for them, their fears is the Ace of Pentacles and Three of Swords reverse. They're afraid to come forward with a new offer that will really heal the situation. No, that's what they want. That's what you want. Okay, that makes so much more sense. You are wanting to have your own independence and financial security. They're wanting to come forward with an offer that'll heal the situation. What are you afraid of? The Ten of Swords. You're afraid of the relationship coming to an end, but you're also afraid of ending your own sense of values and self-worth and getting what you want out of it. And with these, we have this balance between Libra, working in partnership with another person, and Sagittarius, having the freedom to go your own way and follow your own desires. Excuse me. I'm just getting over a sickness, so I apologize. Live, laugh, love, baby. I don't know why I really felt like that was important to show you guys. Oh my God. Okay. And we got the push pin in the house, which is what clued me into what this issue is really about. The issue is the home environment. We need to get to a compromise so that we can move forward. And then what I was talking about when I realized that my encoding was completely screwed up and I had it in that reading or that video. Oh my goodness. Okay. I realized that you're in the process of trying to make a compromise with your person. And because you're in the place of feeling like you haven't gotten what you wanted, I gotta pause. Okay, now that I'm done with my coughing fit. I had also gotten that you, with the Five of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and I think the Seven of Wands, that you are standing your ground no matter what. It's incredibly important to you that you get some ground gained in this situation because you've been in a feeling of not getting what you've wanted for so long in this relationship, especially if it's just regarding this living situation. You're not going to give up until you get what you want. And I think that it's important for you to understand and then relay this to your partner so that they can come forward in understanding that when you have an unequal, unbalanced situation like this, where someone has all the power and someone doesn't have any of it, when the compromise happens, both parties will feel like they didn't get everything they wanted. The person that has all of the control will feel like they only lost because they had everything and now they're having to give ground. The person who didn't have anything has a tendency to want to gain the total control. They want to be in the position of the power now, where the other person has no say, and that you have, the person that was formerly powerless has all of the say. That's not possible in the compromise situation. And that's something that you're going to have to accept. And the hard get and the expectations, you're going to have to lower your expectations. You're not going to get your cake and eat it too in this situation, but you will be able to sustain this relationship. And the end net result will be both of you getting more of what you want harmoniously. So for you, it will feel like you got some wins, but not all. Your person will feel like they only lost in the situation. And it's important for you both to understand that going forward. Okay, so now I have reached where we were. Let's continue. What are their fears in this situation? What's Taurus Venus's person's fears in this situation? Strength reverse, of course, losing ground, and the Three of Pentacles reverse, losing their mastery. Okay, you know, of course, like that just is a confirmation of what we were already talking about. So how do you see them right now? How do you see them right now? How does Taurus Venus see their person right now? The Emperor. I knew I would see this. I was like, the Emperor is going to come out. And the Six of Wands reversed. You see them as someone who's formerly been in a lot of control, but they're losing their ground. They no longer have that support. And because of that, they're being highly defensive. I think that's a very accurate on your part of seeing this situation. How do they see you? Six of Pentacles. I'm already giving you like whatever you wanted. It's equal, like it's fine. And maybe they've already made some offers towards you here. Princess of Wands, that's a Page of Wands. They see you as having a lot to say and being very headstrong. And the Sun, I mean, they see you as moving towards your happiness. I think you're both pretty clear-sighted about each other at this time. I just think that it's more a need for an acceptance of yourselves in the situation and what this compromise will really look like for you both, where you're going to feel like you have some wins but not all, and that it's not going to be fair because they had all the wins before, so why can't you? Well, what you really want, I know this is hard to see it right now, but what you really want is a compromise and for things to be even and balanced with here with the Libra. So you're not going to get to a place where you take their place. The equality is going to come from you getting more of your wants, but not all. And they're going to feel like they've lost out. But I do think they've made some progress towards giving you offers here. They've tried to come forward with, okay, well, let's do this. You wanted this, you know, you wanted to live in this particular town, so I'll agree to that. But I wanted this house to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and you wanted a 4-bedroom, but we're going to make this compromise on my part, sort of thing. So I think you've already come to some pretty good compromises. Like the true compromise might already, be on the table. I think it is. But it's just a matter of accepting it now for you both. How can you support them? How can Taurus Venus support their person right now? 8 of Pentacles. Just working on this. Just continue to work on this. You're getting better at taking a positive approach towards this compromise. You're more willing than ever now. How can they support you? How can they support you right now? How can you ask them for support? 5 of Cups. It's going to feel that their rationality needs to be appealed to, especially with this here with the judgment reverse and them kind of not feeling their intuition, because I think their intuition would tell them that, of course, it's going to feel like a loss because I've had my way this entire time. But you're going to have to appeal to their rationality with this compromise and this conversation around it, and maybe use what I was saying earlier, that because they've always gotten their way, this will feel like a loss, and that they need to process that loss to move forward. What are you learning? It's Taurus Venus learning. Oh, it's Taurus Venus learning. Situation. A lot. You're learning a lot. What's Taurus Venus learning? The Hierophant. You're taking a spiritual approach to your learning. You're looking for your environment and this journey to teach you about setting down roots, making commitments, and taking your place in a hierarchy where you have your place with your talents, skills, and wisdom, where they're best utilized. And in this place of making the compromise, look to the things that you know best and demand that the compromise be made on those terms, where you get your way because you know best in those ways. Be as clear-sighted as you can about this. If you know a lot about finance, then demand that you get your way in terms of what the mortgage rate is, or what the rent you agree upon, that where that is, things like that. And likewise, if they know a lot more about, they've done the research maybe, or are more familiar with like an area, then you're going to need to trust their judgment in those places of like, okay, well, this is where I want to live. I think this would be best because the schools are great, or this has a lot of growth for the real estate market, or like whatever it is. This might not even be to do with your house, but take this for how it resonates with you. But if you know that they know a lot more in this situation, set aside maybe your idealizations about how you envision something, and give way to their judgment and trusting in that. Oh my gosh. Anything here? This is requiring Two of Cups reversed with the Six of Cups. To move forward, you're going to have to change things, the way that you relate to each other. You're going to need to move more into a place in your power of wisdom and intelligence where you know your stuff. And likewise, instead of an ongoing battle between you two, between victim and conqueror, controller and know-it-all versus dummy who's just following along and being passive, now you're going to need to enter into a situation where you both are playing to each other's strengths and covering each other's weaknesses, a true partnership. The lack of ability to change here and see each other in a new way will result in so much unhappiness and bitterness that it will lead to a tower moment. Can I even get through this reading? Oh my God. Let me pause. Okay. I can do this. This is going to lead to a tower moment, which just means things that were built on uneven, unstable foundations crashing down. If you feel like that's going on right now, it's to lead you to the Lovers, something that is truly what I'm talking about here, where you realize that you're on the same path in life. You truly are. You have this shared goal, but you're coming to this in a place of having different strengths and weaknesses and learning to value those in each other out of love. This is what the situation has to teach you both. That you're stronger together. What are they learning? What's Taurus Venus's person learning in this situation? What are they learning to do? The Sun, take a positive approach and shed light on their unwillingness to open up to they've trapped themselves in, with the 4 and the 8 here, very similar energies of being entrapped by a long time, a long habitual momentum of sequestering themselves and their resources and only relying on themselves, being closed off to the opinions and the input of others. And it's only gotten them so far. The 4 isn't anything compared to what the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles can be. And they're going to need to learn that it's going to take some time for them to break this down in themselves, but their joy is in opening themselves up to the wisdom and the knowledge of others, especially you, and seeing things from your perspective, giving you a chance to have your say in decision making and just see where it leads. What are you releasing in this situation, Taurus Venus? Page of Cups. You're growing more emotionally mature about this. You're taking now a more emotionally mature attitude towards your own self-worth. When you say, my ideas have values. No, they may not be as practical or pragmatic as yours, but I know my stuff. And it's also a matter of seeing their value too, with the King of Wands here. They definitely have this energy with the Emperor around them as well. They have a strong vision and a strong leadership quality. And they do take action in situations, the Queen, the King. You're seeing now that you can adopt some of their go-getting, like charging forward and taking action with this process that you've endeavored upon to stand your ground. But now that you're receiving these cards, hard to get in expectations, it's time to say, okay, I've made a lot of progress here and loving myself and valuing my own knowledge and intuition and my own experience with the situation. I've learned a lot. I know about these things, right? Now it's time for that harmonizing and that balance to come in, where you say, while I have learned a lot about these things, my person still knows more than I do about these other things. And I'm going to agree to allow them to take the lead here once again. And I know it feels like I just can't do that. I've had enough, but again, with a compromise, it is necessary. So you're ready now to be emotionally mature about how this partnership is a give and take, appreciating your own values and coming back around to appreciating theirs. Maybe in a way that you once did before when you were letting them take control, but then in a way you push that away because they had too much control. And it was like baby out with the bathwater scenario for a little while there. Now is the time to come back into balance. The 5 of Wands, of what they are releasing, all these ideas and having an opinion on every little thing. They need to look for the harmony in the situation. Be inspired by your influence. And know that although they may be a know-it-all and have an idea of every little thing to do. It's important that the things that you feel most powerfully and have the most wisdom and knowledge about be honored and given a space to take charge, so that there is a an opportunity for you to see your expression be realized, something that they've taken for absolutely for granted. They've been allowed to do that all this time, and they may not even realize how powerful and empowering that is. But also there's something that you understand too about how good it can feel for someone to kind of make your life happen in some really magical ways, that they take charge and put things together. Maybe they like set up a whole vacation for you and you were just like, okay, we're going on this now. And then it ended up being a lot of fun, and although very unexpected and required you to be very flexible, it may have been something that you would have never thought of to do for yourself, or it inspired you in a lot of ways. That this is something that they haven't had the opportunity to experience because they haven't made space for you to give that to them. Give that to them. So this is something new that if you can share with them right now how wonderful it felt or feels when they take charge of situations, and how you benefit from that, and say, hey, I want you to have this opportunity to feel this on my part too, where I can take charge in this and you can see how good it can be without you having to do a thing. Like, you don't have to be in control of everything. There's nothing to fear. Let's see what they want to say to you right now. The Hidden Truth Oracle. What does Venus Taurus, this person? Venus and Taurus. What is Taurus, this Venus, this person? Taurus, this Venus, this Taurus, this... Okay, we get it, all right? What does their person want to say to them? What does their person want to say to them right now? I love you. This is such a tearjerker deck. It's so powerful. I wish I had treated you better. We will be together again. They understand how they've come round. They really have come round. They understand how they've taken charge in so many situations that they haven't allowed you to have any autonomy in y'all's combined choices. I think they're just waiting now with this hard to get expectations again. They're just waiting for you to now be ready to trust them again. And to trust them again, and to give them a chance again to have some equality going forward. Okay, let's get a clarifying love situations card for Taurus. Venus and Taurus. Lightning strikes. Dismantle outdated ways of being to get a fresh start. Silent remnants. Amid the uncertainty, love has the power to rebuild trust. They love you. And you don't want this to end either. You're afraid of that. But you want to make sure that you don't lose ground. You've gained so much. They've reached an understanding now. You can be sure of that. Whatever you have stood your ground on and fought for has worked. And transformation has occurred. And what you're dismantling now is what you had to build in order to create this transformation. You went to an extreme, and that's okay. Sometimes extremes are needed to get clarity on the situation of just how important this shit is. And so it's okay that you went there, but now the compromise is available. They've reached a point of understanding the compromise is available for you. And from the success cards, advice for our lovely and powerful Taurus Venus, the art of relaxing. These are very philosophical and Zen cards, so hang out with me as we read this. The person who reaches the extreme void will perceive complete tranquility. While 10,000 beings move actively about, he alone will contemplate his return. In fact, all beings flower and then return, and then everyone returns to their own origins. To return to one's own origins means finding repose. To find repose means a new destiny. A new destiny means to last forever. This is it. This is something that you've been so afraid of, is returning to that passiveness that allowed the situation to get so out of hand to begin with. And what you're being asked to do is to return back into more of that passivity, not completely and not wholly. You're just being asked to move from you came from this one extreme, you moved to the opposite. Now you're being asked to move to the middle ground. And that to you will look like returning to a former way of being, of letting go in certain ways, in the most important ways, of remembering how it felt to let go and let someone else take charge in these important ways that we already discussed, of the ways that you know that they know better than you. Don't give ground on the ways you think you know better than them, where you can tangibly and rationally look at, I know I have more experience here. I know I have more, maybe even more passion or vision about it in some cases. But I do think that be as logical as you can about it. But it will feel like a return to a former state of being in a lot of ways, because that's what's required to move away from this extreme ways, and to a place of the middle path, which is so beautiful. You've come a long way. And thank you so much, Taurus Venus, for allowing me to read for you. Again, my name is Podkane, and next time I see you, hopefully I will be all well and not having coughing fits in the middle of your reading. I also do rising sign readings monthly, and as well as these Venus sign readings and other things that I'm working on currently that I hope to have out soon. And if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe and give me a like. I really appreciate you letting me read for you today. And until then, bye.